They were down 50 points to the Mavericks by halftime, largest halftime deficit in NBA history. They went on to lose by 51, worst loss in franchise history. Now, Paul George, who didn't play great, but played, took full responsibility after the game. Listen to what he had to say.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, we got our butts kicked today, but it's one game. I think we'll just take what we need to take away from today and go to the next one. We wasn't ready today. We wasn't prepared, not from the plan, but just from us being ready to go, and that's on me.
I guess there are multiple kinds of being ready. The actual plan, and then the other kind of being ready, which Paul George said he wasn't ready for. Nick, you agree with PG that this loss was not that big of a deal?
Jenna, a new rule for this show, just to make your life easier. You never have to ask me, do I agree with Paul George? He's on a permanent disagreement basis now. A sight unseen, quote unread. Paul George said it. I'm going to go ahead and say I think the opposite. And this falls perfectly in that category. I am not one to make too much of a regular season NBA game. But there are, Kevin Wildes, a few exceptions. And one of them is this. If the following phrase is uttered, it's a big deal. And that phrase is, worst in the shot clock era, ... If you ever have that attached to you, it was a travesty. You know how I know? Here's how long the shot clock's been around. Bill Russell came into the league, shot clock already there. Bill Russell's been 100 years old my whole life. He played 0 games before the shot clock era.
Nick, stop it.
When you have the worst game in the shot clock era, the worst first half in NBA history, it's something of a deal. And for a team that, you know, certain all-pro, arguable Hall of Fame caliber, good-looking wide receivers argue on television are going to the NBA Finals, for that team to have this game, I would be extra concerned. So, Kevin Wildes, I say it was a big deal, that Paul George is wrong, and that was an embarrassment for them.
Yeah, I would say it's noteworthy. Ty Lue, after the game, said, like, yeah, we didn't have a lot of fight and we didn't have a lot of pop. And I'm like, you think? Like, even when they were down 50, I get it. The shots aren't going in. Dallas heats up a little bit. Kawhi's gone. But you can still try. So the fact, Brandon, that it was an effort issue, like even late in the fourth quarter, Boban's catching one-handed, not jumping dunks, and the Mavericks are like crashing the boards. Like, they're up 50 at this point. So for me, Brandon, I would be, I don't know, if you wanted to bail out on your Clippers finals pick, which I think you should right now, I think it would be good for you.
No,
but I would be
5 minutes
very
into the
shocked.
season. What?
He's totally allowed to.
No.
He's 100% allowed. Yeah,
no, I'm not going to do it, Jenna.
You should.
Thank you, Brandon.
Brandon,
Listen, it's a big deal because of what Nick said, and I would have chose my words differently if I was Paul George, but it's not indicative to what's to come for the rest of the season. You got to think about it. A lot of emotions running high at the beginning of the year. They're coming off of a terrible performance and an implosion in the bubble. And then you go out and on opening night, you beat the Lakers. You crush the Lakers. And then you play on Christmas Day against the Denver Nuggets and you beat them. Paul George said it. He said, we didn't come to play. I was celebrating too much. The game just caught up to me too fast. That's what he said. This is a team that didn't come to play. One team in the first half made 9 3-pointers. The other team missed 18. That's all this is. Now, Paul George, I agree with Nick, should have chose his words differently. And when you do something that's never been done in history before, it's a big deal. But you don't have Kawhi Leonard. You don't have Marcus Morris. This is a problem.
And listen, those 18 missed threes, they were just 15 missed first half threes away from only trailing by 5. So they have that to hang their hat on. And in the Clippers' defense, and I know people say that I'm mean to the Clippers. In their defense, when Paul George says we just weren't ready, it is an odd thing in this year's NBA schedule that Adam Silver has added pop games. Like you had pop quizzes back in school. It's like, hey, nope, not a day off. You got to play the Mavs.
Yeah.
Show up at the arena 4 o'clock. It's like, damn, I was opening more Christmas presents. Like, nope, you got a game today. So I thought it was kind of dirty pool for the NBA to have the Clippers have to play the first pop game of the year. And the Mavs obviously knew about it, having played on Christmas. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't think they'll be down by 50 again the next time they play. I don't think so, Jim.
All right, we shall see. Back to the NFL now.